In today's video, we're diving into one of the most shocking and electrifying stories to hit the NFL news cycle in a long time, because the Dallas Cowboys have pulled off what many are calling a historic franchise-shifting blockbuster trade, landing star pass rusher Bradley Chubb in a deal that has the entire league buzzing and Cowboys Nation absolutely losing its mind. And trust me, once you hear all the details, the implications, and the waves this move is already creating, you're going to understand why this is being talked about as one of the boldest decisions Jerry Jones has ever made. Now, before we break everything down, make sure you're subscribed because the Cowboys are clearly not done cooking, and you're going to want to be here for every twist and turn, because this move doesn't just signal urgency, it signals all-in ambition, a willingness to swing big, and a mindset that says, we're here to win right now. So let's talk about Bradley Chubb, the player the Cowboys just went out and acquired, a guy whose name has been floating around trade rumors for weeks, but who many believed wouldn't truly be moved because teams don't just give away pass rushers with his pedigree, his production, and his physical gifts. Chubb is a former top 5 draft pick, a player who came into the league with enormous expectations, and who made a massive impact early in his career with a breakout rookie season that put every offense on notice. Over the years, he's developed a reputation as a smart, explosive, high-motor edge defender who wins with power, technique, and relentlessness, and when he's healthy, he is absolutely one of the most disruptive defensive players in the NFL. That's why this trade is so monumental for Dallas. They didn't just get a role player, they got a legitimate game-changing defensive weapon, the kind of player who forces quarterbacks to rush throws, offensive coordinators to adjust their protection schemes, and tackles to pray they don't get embarrassed on national television. The Cowboys' defense has been desperate for a spark, especially after struggling with consistency, injuries, and the inability to generate the kind of pass rush pressure that used to define their identity. For years, Dallas has relied on fast, aggressive, opportunistic defense, but the last 2 seasons have exposed how thin they've become at key positions, especially off the edge, where losing elite talent left a gaping hole that no rotational players could truly fill. That's exactly why this move resonates so powerfully. It tells the league that Dallas isn't sitting back and hoping things magically improve. They're going out and getting proven players who can elevate the defense immediately. And it's not just that Chubb brings incredible talent, he brings presence. He brings energy. He brings a mindset and intensity that can be contagious, especially for a defense that has struggled to maintain confidence when things get tough. The Cowboys needed someone who could be a tone setter, someone who opposing offenses have to account for on every snap, someone who doesn't just help the defense on paper, but changes the entire feel of the game when he's on the field. And Chubb is exactly that kind of player. Now, of course, no blockbuster move comes without risk, and the biggest talking point here is Chubb's injury history, particularly the knee injuries he's fought through. That's the elephant in the room, the thing critics will point to. But make no mistake, the Cowboys did their homework. Jerry Jones doesn't pull the trigger on a move like this unless his medical staff gives him the green light, and Dallas clearly believes Chubb is ready not only to return, but to contribute meaningfully in the immediate future. And even if he isn't 100% right away, the long-term value of this deal is enormous. Chubb is still in his prime, still possesses elite physical tools, and still has the potential to return to Pro Bowl form. In fact, even at less than full strength, he can offer leadership technique and pressure that the Cowboys desperately need. So what does adding Chubb mean for the rest of the defense? It means offensive lines now have to pick their poison. It means more one-on-one matchups for every other Cowboys pass rusher. It means more opportunities for linebackers to shoot gaps and safeties to play aggressive. It means fewer clean pockets and fewer comfortable quarterbacks. In short, it means the Cowboys' defense just got a whole lot scarier. It also rejuvenates the locker room. Players feel it when the front office goes all in. They feel the urgency. They feel the belief. They feel the pressure in the best way possible. Moves like this spark energy, momentum, and confidence. And for a Cowboys team trying to regain identity and swagger, this move could be the emotional boost they needed. Now, let's talk about what this means in the bigger picture. This trade signals that Dallas is making a push, not a tentative push, not a cautious push, but a Super Bowl-level push. You don't make a deal like this unless you believe your championship window is wide open and you're willing to do whatever it takes to capitalize. Jerry Jones has never been shy about swinging big, but this move has a different tone to it. This feels like urgency. This feels like legacy. Jerry knows time is running out. He wants another ring. He wants to go out on top. And he knows defense wins championships. Adding Chubb may very well be the missing piece that puts the Cowboys back into that elite defensive category they've fallen from in recent years. And fans know it too. That's why Cowboys Nation exploded the moment the news broke. Social media went wild. Analysts were stunned. Former players chimed in. This is the kind of move that shakes the league. Whether you love it or worry about the risks, you can't deny the impact. And from a football standpoint, the fit makes perfect sense. Chubb is versatile enough to play multiple fronts, physical enough to handle run defense responsibilities, and explosive enough to win off the edge in obvious passing situations. He brings technique, awareness, and a level of experience that younger players can learn from. He also thrives when paired with other talented defenders, and Dallas has several emerging stars who will benefit from his presence. So where does this leave the Cowboys moving forward? It puts them squarely in the conversation as contenders again. It gives them the defensive identity they've been missing. It creates flexibility for the coaching staff. It gives them an anchor on the edge who can influence every single snap. And perhaps most importantly, it changes expectations. Fans will demand more. Coaches will demand more. Players will demand more. Because now there are no excuses. When you trade for a player like Bradley Chubb, you're signaling that anything short of a deep playoff run is unacceptable. This is a defining moment for the Cowboys. It's bold, it's risky, it's aggressive, but it's also brilliant. It's the kind of move champions make. And whether it ultimately pays off will depend on health, chemistry, and execution. But one thing is absolutely clear. The Cowboys just shook the NFL landscape, and they are officially all in. So buckle up, Cowboys Nation, because this season just got a whole lot more interesting. And as always, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you love the move, hate the move, or think Jerry's taking the kind of risk that separates contenders